What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're here at the Modest House and we have had our sheathing exposed for far too long. In my opinion, I would have loved to have covered this day one after install. However, we were waiting on some materials, some things to happen, and we're finally there. But before we start with our WRB, which is, by the way, a new product we've never used, so stick around. We're gonna get to that. We are not perfect, and we didn't think through this application when we did our halo around the perimeter. And we just thought, we'll just put it up there, backfill, it's gonna be all good. No, it wasn't. Things got in there, gravel fell over top the cracks, pushed it out. And so what we've done is we've come behind and we're putting fasteners in. So what I've got is a 3 3/4 Tapcon with these sweet washers. I picked these up on Amazon and they do an amazing job. So I've already gone through over here, which actually where it was probably the worst. And I wanted to show you this because I think it's important to always post mistakes. And when we didn't think far enough ahead by fastening this, you know, I don't want someone else to do that. Make sure you fasten it. It's something I've learned. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to make this mistake. So this is how this works. We've got a hole drilled here. Greg is, you can see how this is kind of flimsy. Boom. That secures it. Super easy. It's not super complicated, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but if you guys want, just do a simple search on Amazon for these guys. They won't be hard to find. And my guess is you search up like insulation washer. If I remember, I'll throw a link down below. They're pretty inexpensive. I just got them in this bulk bag. And I think I don't even know how many. I just bought like the biggest bag I could because I figure I'll use it at some point when we do the next one. So there you go. We're gonna go around, we're gonna get all of these kind of tightened back up just so they don't go anywhere. And then we're gonna come through, and today's job is flashing. So we're gonna flash over the foam because the foam is thicker than our sheathing. Then we're going to come through and we're gonna start applying our WRB. Exterior details, always think like water. Water usually works its way down. So that means you start at the bottom and work your way up, making sure everything is properly shingled. I don't know what to do about this. It's all sub-grade anyway, so probably not a big deal, but it's kind of annoying. That's where I wish I would have had the foresight to do this in the beginning so we didn't have that sort of situation. Oops. And you'll notice it's kind of weird because some areas my foam is almost flush with my sheathing. And that is because the foundation wall is not exact to the dimension of our building or perfectly square. I mean, it's within, I think it was 1/4 inch or something like that. So what that means is in some spots we have the foam sticking out further. And in some spots, as in right here, we don't really have any foam sticking out, which is going to be fine. It's just, if you're wondering what the heck's going on, that's the deal. All right, so we got all that insulation tacked up. We're feeling good about that. Now it's on to flashings. So we need to do our detail. That's gonna get bulk water that runs down out over the insulation so we don't have anything going in there. We have decided we are not going to tape this joint down here because we're not doing an air control layer on the outside. Our air control layer will be on the inside. What we want is a weather resistant barrier. We want to make sure that any bulk water has good drainage and is not going to affect the building frame of our home. So with that being said, we are thinking, and we could be wrong, guys, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm learning all the time. My thought is if I tape this joint down here, then I don't allow moisture out of this area. Because my Subterra is against my concrete and I'm not actually taping my sheathing to the concrete, I don't want that to be a potential for moisture to come out of the ground, come up into my wall cavity and not have anywhere to go and deteriorate this right here. Wood can get wet as long as it is allowed to dry. So what that means is if any sort of moisture comes up here, the backside of this sheathing is airtight to my 2x frame. That foam on the backside is nailed. So moisture could sit here, but it has a way out and it can dry out. That way my flashing is just doing bulk water, keeping water flowing out over. That's what makes sense in my mind, guys. You know, I don't know. I could be wrong, but the way I usually think about this stuff is we're looking to build the best we know how, and this method, this ideal is still better than what we used to do. So I'm still trying to improve. Maybe this isn't the end all perfect home. I'm trying to be perfect. So let me know if there's some reason I should have taped this. I just can't think of it right now. So that being said, that was a long talk, and I think more of myself convincing myself that this is the right idea because we don't have an architect drawing up all these details. And there's nobody else doing post frame, high performance like this that I can learn from. So we're kind of trying to figure it out as we go. Now that we're gonna be on this stage, I need to router out my windows and doors. The reason we didn't do it earlier is because this is a wood product and I didn't want these edges to be exposed cut edges and have the potential for expansion. So I wanted to maintain kind of the middle of the panel nice and clean so when we make our cuts, it'll be a very clean edge, and then we will tape over everything with our WRB. Unfortunately, guys, the other thing that I'm learning is NovaCore is 1.5 inches, and the typical bits that we use, which are awesome, white side spiral down cut bits that throw all the chips into the inside so you don't go right in your face. I couldn't find one that was big enough to cut 1.5 inches. So I got this standard like trim flush cut bit, I don't know what you call it, and it makes an absolute mess. All right, this is gonna suck. I feel like the breeze is coming right through this doorway, and you're gonna see the wood chips fly on this thing. Ugh, let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna try to get higher than it. Oh. This is not gonna be good. You just gotta be higher than it. Greg, you wanna try this new router, dude? It's got a lot of power. Oh. Oh man, I don't know where to go. Maybe if I come way over here. That's a little better. I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh dude, just take a circular saw or a sawzall and just, you know, cut it. Stop being stupid. You don't have to reinvent the wheel with a router. Listen, I like the router. It's a mess. It's super easy. I don't have to measure anything. And you tell me you're gonna get this with a circular saw where it's perfectly flush. You know how easy this is to do my seal taping around this corner when it's perfect? If I did a sawzall, it would probably like go. If I did a circular saw, it probably wouldn't be perfect on it either. So, you know what? You guys can do whatever you want, but on our job site, this is the cleanest, most effortless way to do your openings. The problem is, it is very messy. All right, so flashing. Here's what we have for flashing, and these were all custom bent by Greg and I. We spent the other day when it was crappy out, bending these on the Innova custom brake, which I do love, by the way. I didn't go into super in depth. It's just a simple drip cap, so. So what we did was Greg got the Stabila rotary up, and we basically, we thought about just setting this right on this lip and saying, good enough, because it probably is good enough. But at the end of the day, this is the bottom that if somebody were to be in a position that they could look across this trim, we don't want it doing this, right? But more importantly, we're gonna have our finished siding close to this. So we're gonna have a Versetta stone running around the front, and we're gonna have board and batten vertical LP Smart Side on the back side. If we don't install this straight and level, and you start putting your board and batten on, it's gonna look pretty crappy. So this will give us a straight line to do all of our siding off of, and that will make our job much easier, right, Greg? Yeah. Why you look so confused?
I'm not confused. I was just thinking, wherever we run our Versetta, would it make more sense to just run that starter piece?
No, because the starter piece does not give us a flashing. So no matter what we do, this here, the only reason we're doing this, and in some spots it doesn't even make sense, because yeah, this is fairly close to flush, but we know there's spots where the building is shifted off the foundation to be square, and we need a little bit of flashing.
I was just thinking that if we have that drip, and even if it just kicks out a little bit, our stones then is going to run to that. And that's
what drip? What are you talking about?
That'll overhang.
Or the base trim?
The base trim.
The base trim has holes in it.
But if we cover it with our WRB.
But it still has holes in it. So the water would go down. So the whole thing of Versetta stone is it has a built-in rain screen. So water will go through the Versetta stone, it will go down, and then it will go into that base that we put on. That's like a reverse J. And then it will go into those holes and it will sit right here.
Well, I was just saying if it runs past it though.
Yeah, but we can't do that.
We
can't do that.
But yeah, I guess we won't be able to do that.
I like the idea. I wish if in the perfect world, if this was our situation, we would run past it and we would hang our Versetta down. Unfortunately, because the foundation is not perfectly straight to our building, which is as perfect straight as we could get it. Yeah, I mean, it's laser. We have to do something, so we're just gonna ensure that we have all of our bulk water out over our Versetta stone. When this comes down behind the Versetta stone, it's gonna work out over this. And we have not decided with our client exactly what we're gonna do to make this Subterra look pretty. There might be a stucco applied to this or a piece of metal flashing, and this also gives us a way to tuck whatever that finish is, can tuck right here. So the Versetta stone is 1.5 inches to 2 1/4, depending on the pieces. So it's gonna be sticking out past this anyway. All right, enough talking. You got the grade set, buddy? Let's go ahead and start in this corner, and we'll work right from this door and work our way around. How about that?
Like a 16th high, but that's probably just a trim.
Then reset that for that, because that's our high corner.
Okay. One of the highest.
It's the, you said it. You said it was the highest. I trust you.
It is.
Okay, come on over here and check me, dog. And then I'll start here and come around.
Watch.
I don't need to cap this. This is gonna get a piece of trim. It's gonna be all good.
This is gonna be good enough.
Yeah, I love it, Greg. All right, so we're just using the stapler. Just check the middle just to be safe. I'm sure it's gonna be good. If you don't like it, you just put it where you like it. Yeah, and then it works perfectly. You know?
You just gotta angle your receiver a little bit.
That's right. Oh, dang. Didn't expect this. Did you?
Gotta do a wraparound.
I gotta do a wraparound, dude.
You gonna leave the tab?
No. Oh. Yeah, maybe. No. What is this? Is this inch? We did inch in like a 16th, didn't we?
I don't remember. I would just double check.
Nah, I'm gonna go off of my instincts.
I would double check.
Nah, come on, Greg. Good call, buddy. You wanna go over there? This is gonna be a little interesting. I'm not leaving the tab because it doesn't change anything.
But it changes everything.
It doesn't, actually.
You're one of those guys.
The thing with the tab that I don't ever understand, people, go ahead and hit me in the middle, is that the tab doesn't change the fact that you just overlapped your metal and there's a gap there. You know what I'm saying? Or does it not make sense to you?
But you're overlapping on that, so you know.
So water doesn't go through a metal overlap?
Overlapping metal, yeah. If it overlaps, water can't get into it.
I'll put a bead of sealant here when we do our Versetta and set it on there. I ain't worried about it. Hope I did that right, Greg. What if I just kind of did one of these deals?
Try it. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Since you're not doing much, just hold that bad boy. Oh, wait.
I
did the wrong one.
Idiot.
Good thing I didn't smear it out.
Good thing you got that.
Good thing I got this 6 spatula.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, dude. What a game changer.
Man,
If only,
really smart.
if only I had like a way to, you know, just wanted, you know. There. You got all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're doing
I'll take
good.
care of it. Did you open up that back?
Bro, come on. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than I would have wanted, but it's all right. Wherever you want, brother. It's your... I just got sealant. This is the dumbest I... No! this is your hoodie.
You idiot!
I didn't have a hoodie today. Greg let me borrow his hoodie. It smells very good. And I... Hey, who got you this hoodie? Okay? I'll get you another one, man. Okay. Just check the middle to be safe.
Should be good.
Just, you know.
Good enough, at least. Yeah. I'm a 16th off. There you go.
Happens, dude. Won't just be, dang it, I just got caulk on my leg, brother. I suppose it's only right that that happens to me too. This is the stupidest thing ever. I can't believe I don't have
Nothing that made me happy, but
I can't believe I don't have more freaking sealant in the trailer. Ooh.
it is unfortunate.
I'm on my way. Namaste.
You okay?
Oh. I don't mind the sawdust. I don't really want to breathe in the foam, you know? Everybody's so happy right now. They're like, dude, the tab. No, no. You're looping it around right in my face. Right here. I gotta catch my breath. I just held it for like 30 seconds. I think you have to literally be right here so nothing comes out the top and just goes right in the hole.
Around here.
That's right. Yeah.
That's where it's coming from.
Try it. See if it's hot, Greg. Touch it. Okay. Man, I hate going this way with reds. I don't know why. I just suck at it, you know? Maybe that's why I need to do it more.
Exactly.
Get a little better. Yo, settle down there, big dog. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You gotta put your sealant there.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I liked it all good. Just kind of lather that up. Put that in that corner.
Same.
All right, we're now going to move on to WRB, but we have, like right here, a window. We got to router all those windows out, and honestly, the glasses, not that great. So I'm going to borrow Greg's bolt because I don't have mine. Greg, I appreciate you letting me use this. I'm hoping that both the over the ear, because I cleaned a bunch of sawdust out of my ears at lunch, hopefully that keeps them clean, and my fighter pilot goggles should keep everything. I just need.
Don't scratch it, please.
What?
Don't scratch it.
I'll try not to, man. I'll try not to. And I'm going to work out of the boom lift. Hopefully, this is a little bit more efficient. Let's see. Wow, I'll be honest, I'm not as scared as I was. And yes, I was scared earlier. It was really miserable. This miraculously works very well, having this full face shield. What do you think, Greg? You don't even care about me. Well, the verdict is, even if it, I didn't realize I was yelling. Sorry, guys. Even if this looks a little nerdy on you, Greg, it does work pretty well. I got to give it to you.
That's why I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I still got stuff in my mouth, but not in my ears and not in my eyes. And
You might want to move.
so Greg is over there blowing that out, and he's also coming behind me and nailing off this perimeter. We didn't nail off this edge. Well, actually we did this one because we must have thought about it. But a lot of the places we did not nail just because we ran the girt rows, but we didn't nail the perimeter of the opening. So Greg's just taking the PAS load, running 3-inch nails around, and looks good. Yeah. You ain't getting this with a Sawzall or a Circ Saw, man. You ain't getting it. Come on, hit me. All right, this is the WRB of choice, guys. It's Hydrogap SA, same manufacturer as our Vapor Dry SA. And SA, any takers on what it stands for? Self-adhered. So This won't require any mechanical like staples or fasteners. It will adhere to the OSB directly, and it has a built-in drainage plane that is far superior than just standard house wrap on a wall. So that's going to be great behind our siding. Never hurts to have more drainage. And this will be our first time putting a self-adhered membrane on our wall. A little bit different than doing it on a flat-ish surface like a roof where you can lay it down and pull the backing off. We're gonna have to kind of take it easy, and I'm told there's a little bit of a learning curve to try to get it to lay nice and flat. I'm assuming because it will want to droop if you go too far. So good thing I got Greg, the muscle. He can hold up the roll while we run it out. Let's go ahead and let's go snap it through this door here. So 57 inches, and we're gonna go 57 and a half. That way we're not tight down to the bottom.
I like it.
And look at this, I got my snap line. Life is good. Let's do it, buddy. Let's get this first section rolled out. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to get all this on today, but we will get all this on in the video. We're already getting close to quitting time, unfortunately, today, but I wanna get some of this on, see how it goes. That way I can scheme if I gotta think about how to do it differently. I'm assuming this is gonna be just like their vapor dry, which means we're gonna run it right to left, but maybe it doesn't matter. You know, they say that the first person to live basically forever could be born right now. And you wanna know why that is? Because the advancements in health and technology and the understanding of the human genome is such that in the next 10 years, we may learn enough that will allow us to extend our life. So let's say the person that right now turns 10 extends their life and they get to live 150 instead of 100 years, right? Then in the next 100 years, the advancements will go to a point where those people will be able to extend their life even more. So in theory, maybe we'll never die,
So we're just gonna be a bunch of General Grievuses out here?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yep, just like that.
Dang, dude. Alrighty. Yeah, this is gonna be sick, dude. All right, bring it my way. We're just gonna get close to the corner. Okay. And then
I can't see what's
no, you don't worry too much, big dog.
see it there.
Okay. Oh, don't pull.
I'm not.
Don't pull.
I'm just...
Okay. There. We're not gonna do any more than that. Okay. Now.
Right. Oh, that's the tape.
There we go. Okay. All right. Down. Okay.
I'm sitting on a trim, so I can go down on there.
All right. All right, buddy. Let's run it, dog. Okay, don't go no further.
Yeah, let's have it go.
I'm gonna reserve my opinion yet on whether or not this is easy or not, because it's been fairly easy so far. But out of a boom lift, it might cause us a couple headaches. I don't know. Go ahead and go a little further. Okay. Up a little right there. Oh, right there. This is why the snap line is extremely important. And that is so you can maintain a straight line, because if you don't maintain a straight line, it will inevitably get super gross looking, and we can't have that.
Yeah, bubbly.
We can't have gross looking. But I don't want to overstretch it, Greg, because we know that that could also be an issue.
Yep. I'm just trying to keep it tight.
Bro, you're doing a phenomenal job. Oh, this is where the problem. Yep. That is the problem. It's going to stretch out as you pull the backing off. This could also be just messed up from the...
It looks like your corner could probably... You can kind of see it tapers out.
Well, okay, where's your broom? Come here. This is what I want you to do. I want you to come down as I'm pulling this. Yeah, just like all the way down here. Oops. And we'll do this detailing later, but we'll actually detail these corners, get everything seal taped there as well. But for now, that is, that makes me pretty happy. Good?
Yep. I won't work that down.
I'm gonna.
That window's kind of giving me troubles.
Not anymore. I've made that window my best friend. All right, this is well, dude, that's definitely not as much as I wanted to do today, but I feel like we're on the right path.
Step in the right direction.
I think this looks great. Hydrogap SA. Interesting. All right, that's it for today. We'll be back. We'll get this wrapped up and get this building covered up because we got Versetta stone coming, dude. That's on order. Siding's on order.
Yeah, LP's coming.
Windows are in.
They are?
They're ready to drop them off whenever I give them the go, dude. All right, back this morning. We're gonna keep going on this Hydrogap, and yeah, it's gonna be a nice morning. So let's just get into it, Greg. Good enough?
Good enough.
Okay, that's all we're after. Good enough.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna swing this boom over. We are going to start at the top. We could run off of this line, but then how do we really do that while also pulling the top? I don't know, maybe we can, but we're gonna go ahead and just.
Well, the way the plastic is ran on the backside, the backing.
We can just flip over and run left to right.
But then it's upside down.
And we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get in the lift and we're gonna run it a lift's length at a time and run it right on our snap line.
Let's re-snap that line.
What line?
Or continue that line so we can do this whole thing off the lift and not have to get off.
That's a better chalk line.
That's a little better. It's gonna be all over my coffee cup.
No, it's not. No, we're not past it. We're good, dude. That is all.
There's a lot on my coffee cup, isn't there?
really am happy about that chalk line, but I can't see this really good through here, Greg. We'll make it work, though.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. Look at this three-legged ladder. Warner sent me this three-legged ladder, and to be honest, I'm using it on flat concrete, but it really shines when you're on uneven ground like this. Look, it's solid. 4 legs, never solid on uneven ground, but 3 legs, it's like a tripod. It's always solid. I like it. What do you think, Greg?
I like it.
Are you surprised I brought a new tool out to the job site?
Actually very surprised.
Well, believe it or not, I got 2. I kept one at my shop. All right, let's go, buddy. Whoa, 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 where are you going, brother?
Sorry, brother.
Shoot, dude, what are you doing, man?
I'm just trying to live my life.
No, man. You did better the other day. You're gonna have to get better. Yep, bring it down.
Okay, we get a little goofy here.
All right.
There we go. Get a little wind.
It's all in the pull down of the plastic, man. How you doing, buddy?
Struggling.
Oh, this is getting a little bit
Gnarly.
It's all right, man. We're gonna make it work, okay? This is good for you, Greg. You're gonna have to carry around a 9-pound baby boy here pretty soon. You gotta get used to this.
We're gonna find out tonight how big he is.
Yeah. Will they give a calculated guesstimation?
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
Come on, Kyle.
Well, we both know that that was actually you, because it's a gun nail. You know
Come
what I'm
on,
saying?
Kyle.
I'm sorry. I told you to put it in the wrong spot. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Too close.
I'm sorry. All right.
Didn't know if you wanted to hit that window or not.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I might have to work that up before.
Sure. Might as well hit that center there.
It's acrylic, so we can do this.
Pressure sensitive.
It's pressure sensitive and it takes time to cure, Greg. So it's, even though it's sticky, it's not cured for like 24 hours or something.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah. So you have time to move it and then
You want to hit this window while we're here?
Yeah, reset it.
I was gonna say draw it down.
I don't think it's gonna come down. Yikes. All right, Greg, this is where I think it's gonna get a little bit trickier to get into this corner. I need like I don't know if just my squeegee's gonna be enough, you know? What the heck?
Got something funny going on there.
Yeah. And you want it to be a nice tight corner, otherwise as soon as you shove your finished materials, siding, whatever, in here, it's gonna rip it. Or it could. I don't know what to do here. I about puked in my mouth right there.
Of how bad it is?
Well, I don't know. This is gonna get awkward, okay, but only if we make it awkward. Thank you. Nice. As long as like you keep it like where it's pulling off tight, I found, and it does pretty decent. But as soon as you just like yank it like this,
Bring it away from the wall.
yeah, it like stretches out and then never lays flat. Staple it down, dude. All right, mid-mark.
Yep.
That's the way it should be. You know, if somebody would make a better tool belt, I think there would be a lot of benefits for people, you know? What the heck?
You gotta make sure your sweater's not in between the clasps.
It has nothing to do with it. It doesn't clasp always very easily. It doesn't matter if you have a sweater, a t-shirt, or you're naked, brother.
How do you know about the naked?
Okay, one thing that we've learned to make this a little bit easier, I think, and use less waste, is instead of trying to wrap around our corner, we're just running it flush, and then we start with our corner wrap. Does it really matter? No, but over there we were wrapping corners on both sides, and we're just wasting material. So, you know, this stuff is not cheap. Why do that if you don't have to? Well, definitely a learning curve, wouldn't you say, Greg?
A little bit. I mean,
What did you learn after the first couple sides of the house?
what I learned?
I'll tell you what I
This
learned.
stuff is really heavy.
Really heavy, or just it gives you something to complain about?
I've learned that you can't wear gloves.
So what we were getting at was you can overstretch this product, and when you're pulling the top backing off, the top will stretch, but the bottom doesn't stretch because the backing is still on it. And it's a similar thing when we're doing Fentrum. And it makes it kind of get wavy. So we noticed when we did a section without the roll, it seemed to be a little bit better. So we're gonna try it without the roll, where maybe the roll is causing you to create a little bit more tension than we want, and then a little bit more stretch. And the reason we're stretching it is because you're trying to maintain the line, which is very important. So I'm trying not to stretch it. I'm just trying to
Place it.
work it right on the line. Seems pretty good, Greg.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also like giving a little tension on this bottom side. Maybe that's helping.
That might actually be helping more than the other thing. See, and then as I get to the end, it's a little bit, but we're not working it as much as we were with the roll. Maybe that's us just getting better, Greg.
Maybe.
Learning curve. Every product has a learning curve. Don't overstretch it. Just keep it taut. And then when you get to one end like this, definitely makes it easier if you come out to the middle and then work it down both ways. And then you pull these little bit of, I don't know, what would you even call these?
Wrinkle?
Yeah, I call them a wrinkle, I guess. That makes sense. Pull those wrinkles out as best you can. And then when you do the bottom row, which is hard against the gravel, just pull straight down, not out like this, because this will stretch it, and then you'll get some fish mouthing. So try to just go straight down with it. Much easier on the second row up. Really no different than any other peel and stick material. I mean, if you've done it a peel and stick, you kind of know what you're up against. And some people don't care if there's wrinkles. God bless you. I don't sleep well when I have wrinkles.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You
Sorry,
might have done it, man.
Wait a second. Greg, take your square and just clean them chunks off.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Something. We got to do something. Grab that board right down there. Come on. Right there. Grab that. I can't. My finger. I'll do it. Since you won't.
Kyle. Not mad, just a little disappointed. It does stick to itself pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Not too good.
That way that doesn't go nowhere. I'm gonna go to the here. Just work it down. Nice angle. Yeah, I'm gonna go up top and hit the squeege.
Is that a teamwork?
Beautiful, dude. It's an absolute thing of beauty.
I mean, I don't think there's any better duo out there than Kyle and Greg. Is there?
Slow. Everything is small movements, man. You're getting a little close. You're getting a little close. You're still getting close.
I'm slowly turning away, dog.
All right, now come back because it's gonna get far. Oh, you're good. Like,
What are you talking
like straighten out your wheel. Straighten out your wheel.
Brother, let me drive.
No, wait, no, wait, no. Oh, you're hitting wood, Greg. You're getting close, Greg. You're getting close. Oh my gosh. Greg. Another day, but not another full day. Gotta go, it's track season. My son's got a track meet an hour away. I think made a good jump on this Hydrogap. Definitely a slow for us in this situation because we got to run this scissor lift or this boom lift back and forth, and it's really slow. Better than working off of a ladder all the time, but it would be nice to just run our scissor lift right along it. That would be much quicker. So we'll be back here in the morning. We'll wrap this up and then we'll have our WRB installed and ready for windows, siding, and all that good stuff. Did you get the worst? Here, first off, roll it. There, that way I'm not.
I think we're just shaking.
You got the worst blade
We're just building up with
in the history of blades.
just
Oh yeah, that's gonna
building
be
up.
that's gonna be nasty. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm just sending it, dude. Okay, we're gonna leave this right here because we still gotta build this porch, which is coming really soon. But this will allow us to get as much covered up on this house, kind of wrap up the house wrap segment of this project, and we can move on to more important things like soffit fascia and building this porch. So yeah, let's get to this corner so we can do that cool detail over there, eh? All right, so the good thing is we were able to think far enough ahead and put this here. What this little piece of vapor dry is going to allow us to do is to get a piece of Hydrogap under here, but already be flashed behind this fascia and underneath this counter flash from the roof. So we're going to be able to get a piece under. We'll get this section filled in all the way over, then, which will be underneath of this, Greg, okay? You see this big piece will come here. That way any water coming down will always be overlapped.
Yep.
Then we'll get this all tacked back up and then run a piece down here.
Right.
Really no other better solution, because this right here is where 90% of houses that have a roof to wall connection have rot. It happens right here. Kick-out flashing is important, but having properly detailed underlayment, which is what we will have, is going to save this house from ever having any issues right here. I think I just got a sliver. I should wear gloves. If you say so.
I do.
Get your gloves out of here. I got fingernails now. Nice. Okay.
That way we don't have to worry about it.
I like it, dude. I like it. Yeah.
If it looks straight, it is straight.
Good enough for the girl government work?
Government work.
Good enough for government work?
New year.
New year, new me. I don't know what.
These are, there you go.
Okay. All right, go ahead and stick that down there. Yep. I think I'm catching on something. Because I have no way to.
There's something weird going on.
No, it's because I don't have any way. I don't have any way to pull it up.
Yeah, I think you.
So I'm getting caught on the backing. The backing is pulling down. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. Of all the places,
We'll do our best and cover the rest.
this is all burned up in the soffit anyway, you know.
And the goal is that most of that would be under.
Oh, dude, most of this is under the soffit.
Yeah.
But might as well, do
Never
our
see
best.
A drip of water.
Here, let me see that one more time.
What?
You
Stapler?
you think the stapler will go through this piece of metal?
No.
All right,
Maybe.
then let's throw a
Try
nail. Yeah, I don't know. I have a.
I doubt it will.
Holy crap.
No way.
Hard to believe, but I'm gonna have to now. All right, so this is for you to start. I'm gonna go make sure it's in line.
Yep. I really don't like the position you're putting me in.
You know what? You're gonna be just fine, brother. Oh, it's not perfect, but it'll work.
Not really.
Okay.
what happens when you don't start it correctly.
Okay. Nice job, buddy. Nice job. Okay. It's not staring for too long. Doesn't change how it turned out. So let's go to the next one. Good, you can run it out. Yeah?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, go ahead and run it out a little. I'll just do it for now, dude. Yep, there you go. Okay.
We got the new back system on the inside, getting all of our backing all collected for us. Don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Yo, struggle is real. Get it?
Aha, aha.
Get it? All right,
Yeah.
dude. That's kind of the last detail.
Yeah.
Nice.
The house is pretty much buttoned
Other
up.
than the porch area, that I like to leave that area so that we can always say it's all done except for
Yes.
the porch.
We always have to leave one area undone.
Awesome, what a milestone to have done finally. Having a standard OSB exterior required some form of WRB, and we get that with the Hydrogap SA, which SA means self-adhered, obviously. So we didn't have to worry about any mechanical fasteners. So I'm just gonna be very upfront. This is a superior product to probably anything else on the market. However, it does take more time to install. There is definitely a learning curve to making it lay very nice, even though I think we did a really good job right out of the bat because we do care about everything. It's not gonna make the product not work very well because everything is shingled, which means it's overlapped. So any fish mouthing that may occur due to some, poor laying of the material is going to, in essence, be covered. And unless you're using this for an air control layer, which we're not, it's not that big of a deal. So you can get this without the self-adhered adhesive on the back and you could just mechanically fasten. But honestly, I don't think there's a better way to do an exterior WRB. Maybe some liquid flash where you could roll it on and ensure there's like just no gaps at all. But this is pretty darn sweet. It looks really nice. And what this really means is now we're able to start installing windows. We've got our Versetta stone just got delivered today. And our siding is coming very quickly. So this is probably all we're gonna do on the exterior. Depending on the weather, next for this video series, we might go into soffit fascia. We've got some speed lap to do, which if you haven't seen that before, it's an awesome soffit. And then we've got all of our cedar columns finally. They had to mill some specifically because I guess 16 footers are hard to come by. I'm not sure. So we can build our porch finally and finish up this ugly front that looks unfinished and has been annoying me, which means we'll be able to finish our roof. So man, we are really set up finally to get a lot done on this exterior. So Modest House is coming along and hope you stick around for it. So we're gonna clean up for today and we'll catch you on the next video.